What up? University Cornell in the house, man. Once again, pretty excited. Glad to be here. I feel quite welcomed here. I feel like I'm on a stage. I feel like I'm at some grand arena and I'm about to just drop the ball of energy, of positivity on everybody right now, all at once. About to let you have it. It's all yours. I've been thinking about some real good things today, and I wanted to share it with all of you. Now, one of the things I've been thinking about was just how beautiful the sky was. I know it's silly. I know, sky. What about it? Well, today it had multiple colors. It started with like a pink peach color, and then gradually went over to like a whitish blue, and then completely blue. I thought that was amazing. Now, I'm driving these long, winding roads, and I'm seeing these beautiful autumn trees. Leaves are everywhere. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. And this is making me feel some kind of way, and I'm feeling like, man, God must really love me. I'm blessed enough today to get to see this beautiful scenery, whereas I've worked plenty of jobs, and this particular one I'm doing currently, I get to drive a lot, which is great. And there were days when I was bartending, and I was just like, man, I would love to see like the open road right now. For whatever reason, I was craving it. Don't know why. My heart wanted to see it. Now here I am today, blessed with that experience. I'm just like, this is good. God is good. I once thought about this X amount of time ago, and here today I'm experiencing it. I wanted to be grateful for it. I wanted to take the time to soak in that experience, knowing that not only is it just a moment, but this moment will pass. It's very brief. But what could I do to make this moment last? Let it resonate with me, I suppose. Maybe let it influence my thoughts. Maybe allow it to heighten my consciousness. Because I believe with consciousness, there are like levels of distortions, maybe layers of distortions that they're like, I guess they're like filters. So there's only but so much that you're willing to perceive in life because of the amount of filters that we've set based on whatever experiences that we had in the past. So therefore we have these self-limiting beliefs that keep us from being aware or very perspective of what's right in front of us. So we overlook a lot of things that are being given to us all the time that are just like crazy nice and really blissful, and just we overlook it because our mind is now carrying baggage from the past. Now, I'm a firm believer in knowing there's a way of recreating the past. There's only but so much of it you're going to remember. So why not create experiences that stand out far beyond the rest to the point where it's all you think about when you look back at the past. Because it reflects where you're going, and you like where you're going, and you're so in the present moment that you're literally, I guess, like a peace magnet. You become like a peace magnet, I believe. You find yourself attracting more and more of what you want easier and easier, because being grateful for something, I guess, as simple as a beautiful sunset, simple, not far from silly, but very simple. But I think gratitude opens the heart. I think it allows the heart to harmonize better with the planet, and therefore with the universe. I feel as though, I'm figuring this out right now as I say it. I'm not the kind of guy who has all the answers, but I do like to try to figure them out. Reality does have a great way of mimicking what we think, but I believe there's some sort of, way of activating in such a way where it's, you're creating and not just experiencing, but you're creating in the process as if you're contributing more to what is. I feel as though it has something to do with like the awakening process. We know that we're in the simulation. I mean, at least if you're following my videos, you know that we're in a simulation. I believe so. You don't have to. But how else would our thoughts reflect in the physical world what we think? You're thinking about one person, that person somehow seems to call you within that time period of you, or that time frame of you thinking of them. Or maybe you thought of going for a drive today, and maybe the most wonderful thing will probably happen to you, or it could be the worst, but I'm gonna stick to the positive. And the most wonderful thing does happen because you took that sporadic drive. You've done that one thing, which doesn't seem to make any sense in terms of like why that wonderful event was already there for you in the first place. Did the experience already exist? And could you have missed it if you didn't have that suggestive thought to do so? Or did it become because you chose to see it, or chose to experience it, or maybe you chose to attract it? So I feel like that falls into the line of simulation, because I believe thoughts are basically code. We repeat our thoughts over and over again to such a rate, at such a rate that we're creating a frequency or a vibration of what it is that we are experiencing internally. And the body somehow brings that, the body somehow experiences that. It's like we're in these human astronaut suits and we're exploring reality, and we're sent here from the astral plane. I feel as though that's kind of like what it's like. I think that makes a lot of sense, simply because like if you can go to the astral plane from the body, and if you were to die, you're going to go into the astral plane any freaking way. So I guess it would make a lot of sense that we're like these freaking human astronauts that are, I guess, are inner space, I suppose. And what we call outer space is just something that is outside of our parameters of what we're normally associating our habitats with. So, I think it's important to be spiritual because, just what if? We're here for like lessons to be learned, obviously, and I think these lessons are there because maybe we're working in unison with the entirety of the universe. And whatever we do or don't do somehow benefits it, or can be detrimental. But then if something is detrimental that's happening, something has to offset that with positivity, obviously. You'll have to have balance. But I don't know, maybe this is just one crazy introspective thought that I'm just having trouble with. But if any of you listening and you want to like comment on this, feel free. Trust me, I'm not 100% sure about all of this. I'm speaking what I feel, and I'm only articulating it based on my level of intelligence. So, hey, it's what it is. No shame in my game, man. Like, I'm just gonna drop it like it is. If I can't figure it out, that's fine. But I'm also aware that this is some information that I am not quite able to place a label on. So therefore, I couldn't just go and research it, or just go look it up in just one section of like, I don't know, information. Like, oh, here it is. This is everything I need to know. This one article. Perfect. Someone has all the answers. I don't think it works that way. I think it's more so a combination of a multitude, or maybe just trillions and trillions of things, and then information flows and fluctuates from one place to the next. I guess we're like beacons of light, and we kind of like shine enough to attract that information. And then with that information, we somehow reflect it, and then back to the balancing of the light. One person enlightens another person enlightens this person. Some people are born enlightened, and so forth and so have you. But hey, like I said, this is to the best of my ability. I wanted to share the thought. Maybe some of you out there may have a better perspective to putting our words together and just seeing things for what it is. Because when you're in the box trying to explain what the box is, it's a little tough because you're inside. But from the outside, looking in, you can describe what the person is, I guess, physically inside of them, hypothetically. So with me struggling to figure out what I want to say and how to explain this, someone looking in may be like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. That reminds me of this I've seen elsewhere. And someone else may think a very similar thing. And then, boom, voila, everyone's dropping various comments explaining their perspectives. Once again, the universe is trying to figure itself out. Information is trying to figure itself out. Information, whatever it is I'm trying to explain, the clarity will at some point exist, and then it will be shared. It's as if it wants to be known, And to be known, it must, I guess someone has to travel into the unknown. You know, I guess that's the whole point of it being the human astronaut, to travel into the unknown and to learn as much as possible. Maybe that's the lessons we must learn coming from the astral world to this world. And you're just like, oh, what am I here for again? Completely forgot. I'm just gonna go have a great time. Wanna go get coffee this weekend? I'm down. You down? Let's go do this. Let's go play bowling. And at some point we get so trapped in all the distractions, we're just having fun, we forget like that there's a spiritual part behind it as well. Now, I'm not saying don't have fun. Please do. Have as much fun as possible. But I think on some other level, maybe it's just certain people who get this experience where it's like a splinter on your nail. You can't really quite figure it out. It's like a scene from the Matrix, right? You're like one of those chosen individuals to like go off and do great things, but you don't know why you're being called to do so. You're answering the calling, but you can only describe the sound of the calling through the emotional pull. And somehow you have like these weird suggestive thoughts that encourage you to think this or that, or to learn this or that, as if you've always been pruned for something that you can't even fully describe yet. But you know it's real, you know it's there. So, I don't know, that was just my thought on it. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm like crazy spiritual, super spiritual, I guess, and I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around myself. You know what? That's what I like about YouTube. You can be a nobody, put yourself out there to be heard. Maybe some people won't like it, that's cool, but there's a group of people out there who will understand and try to, I guess, understand what's going on in your head. They have that curiosity, maybe because there are some similarities in who they are that relate to what you're going through. So, I think that's great. It's like millions and millions of users of like YouTube, and just like, wow. Maybe I can't search the information, but I can ask for it using this medium. Or maybe I can project how much I know about it to get someone else to help me figure it out using this platform, which is by all means super freaking awesome. I'm very grateful for that. Matter of fact, I'm also grateful that I even know how to freaking edit videos, and I even take the time to do this. So I'm very grateful for this. As much YouTube I watch and love to continue to watch, matter of fact, it feels good to be a part of a community. Maybe that kind of reaffirms what I said earlier about creating a nice utopia for yourself. And with that utopia, you must understand that it starts with who you are.